Welcome to Phoenixes Rising from the Ashes into Purpose. I am Tennille, your transitional coach, here to guide you through your journey back to higher self, the being the Most High created you to be by revealing the mental weeds that have kept you repeating toxic patterns. Once removed, I give you the tools to heal those wounds and grow back in its place God's truth about you. The goal is to get you walking in your purpose and power. I have available now an introductory course titled, So You've Fallen, Who Said You Can't Get Up? For only $97. To get started, just click on the link in the description box to enroll. Also, check out the Cluster B playlist where I describe the tactics Cluster B disordered creatures use to break down their targets so that they're pliable. I love feedback, so never be afraid to leave a comment on this playlist or my Blue Phoenix Rising documentary series. Season 1 of BPR is detailing how I became homeless. Season 2 will be up sometime this year, 2021, so please have patience. Again, leave a comment and let me know if you can relate to these topics. Subscribe and share with someone who needs to hear they're not alone. Let's begin. Flying monkeys are people who haven't healed. They are too afraid to do the healing work to become whole and satisfied. They are jealous of someone who shines. Their bitterness festers and they can become obsessive. They don't have to be a cluster B, a psychopath, antisocial, sociopath, borderline personality, etc. However, cluster Bs will exploit their insecurities for their goal. Many times, flying monkeys have been bullied and devalued in their own personal lives. When they meet someone with cluster B personality disorder, they are in awe of their power of manipulation. Their mouths gape open when a supply hurries to cater to them in an attempt to avoid a verbal assault. They want to be like the cluster B, apathetic, ego-driven, merciless. That is seen as power. The cluster B revels in the flying monkey's worship of them. They promise benefits for their loyalty and bonuses if they succeed in a task to help destroy the target. The flying monkeys are cheerleaders, basically, for the cluster B. A recent example of this was today. A guy who had sexually harassed me a month ago was outside my hotel room sitting in a car with another man in the driver's seat. I had popped out to bring the breeze into a muggy room and stood in the doorway. This guy has been fuming so much for so long, as many cluster Bs do when they are wounded. For almost 2 months since I put up a boundary to his sexual harassment. When he attempted to make me feel guilty for it, I shut him down again. He called on some Mexicans to try and intimidate me. That failed. He tried eyeballing me every time I came in his direction. I mean, an uncomfortable stare down, you know? Now today, he sits in a car playing victim. He must have told his friend I told him that I'd shoot him legally. I am licensed. The flying monkey didn't waste any time in egging him on to continue to violate my personal space. I heard what he was saying, not all of it, but most of it. His voice would rise and then fall. But he wanted me to hear, and I listened. I thought to myself how easy it is for one toxic person to get the support of other toxic people, but healthy people are often isolated and alone. This guy that had been sexually harassing me and got shut down didn't tell the entire story, but the flying monkey, being toxic and immature, didn't ask for the details. He didn't care. In the case of the family flying monkeys, they have no choice but to join in slandering, isolating, and sabotaging a targeted family member. They don't want the same thing to happen to them. Some of them just like the rush. In general, whether a flying monkey is a family member or co-worker, friend, etc., they all have one thing in common: emptiness, and no healthy way to fill themselves up. It gets them off to see someone high being brought down. They feel they've been vindicated for all the pain they've gone through, much of which had nothing to do with the target. Some flying monkeys are bullied and blackmailed into joining in. Remember, the cluster B exploits any weakness. They may even set the flying monkey up to engage in something nefarious and form a bond by getting the flying monkey out of it. That's their hero syndrome. In a nutshell, flying monkeys aren't hard to find because there are a lot of them ripe for the task because they are filled with bitterness, jealousy, and fear. If you are a flying monkey listening to this now, get on your healing journey so you can have a more fulfilling life. Deal with the trauma of your past or present so you're not building up karma for later collection. I'm offering a mini course to get you started on a lifelong process. One thing I've seen with my own eyes is how quickly the flying monkey deteriorates physically because their souls are empty. Their eyes are glazed over and fearful of payback for all the dirt they've done all the time. You can be free of the fear if you decide to take them on by discovering the problem and digging it up at the root. You can be free if you choose. So I know this was short, but I wanted to get that out there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Please like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to know they're not alone. There are links below. Only, I think I may have added a link to book private sessions with me. They are 55 minutes and $85 a session. I also have a link in the description to a mini course to get you started. So You've Fallen, Who Said You Can't Get Up? And it's only $97. So when you purchase this course, you will get 1 month free of weekly 45-minute voice calls with me, helping you and guiding you through the workbook that's connected with the videos. Also, please join the Facebook group for weekly live chats and a safe, structured environment among others who are going through changes and starting over. Remember, your blessings are in your ashes. Rise, Phoenix.